Hello, good evening everybody. Tonight's esteemed guests of honor, faculty, staff and students, welcome to the 17th Foundation Day of International Institute of Information Technology, or as we all know it as IIIT-B. Today, 17 years ago, Mr. K. Gopalakrishnan laid the foundation for this institute, which is depicted by its motto, Jnanam Uttamam, meaning knowledge is supreme, and that it doesn't just confine itself to the walls of a classroom. True knowledge manifests itself in the learning which goes on throughout our life. IIIT-B has been furthering this very belief ever since its cornerstone has been established. May I now invite Meghana from M.tech 2013 to mark the commencement of this occasion by performing Bharatnatyam Tarangam.
చెండు చెన్ను తిమ్మి దిమ్మి తత్తి తగదనదం కత్తన్న తన్నత చెన్ను చెన్ను తింబి దిమ్మి తగదికు తదిగడతం కత్తన్న తన్న తత్తి తగదనదం చెండు చెండు తగదికు తదిగడతం తత్తి తగదనదం తగదికు తదిగడతం తగదనదం 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 జం జం తచ్చం తగ్గడ తక్కనంగడ దగ్గర తచ్చం తగ్గడ జం 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 తగ్గడ తక్కనంగడ దగ్గర దం తతం తక జం తక తచ్చం తగ్గడ తగ్గడ దగ్గర తచ్చం తగ్గడ దగ్గర దం తచ్చం తగ్గడ తక్కనంగడ దగ్గర తచ్చం తగ్గడ దగ్గర దం తచ్చం తగ్గడ దగ్గర దం తచ్చం తగ్గడ దగ్గర దం తగ్గడం తగ్గడం చెన్ను తంగిడకు చెన్ను తన్నత చెన్ను
Thank you, Meghana, for that wonderful performance. The lighting of the lamp has a profound meaning. It amounts to awakening the Atma Jyoti, that is glow of the soul, within oneself, by driving away all the negativity and the darkness. In the process, it purifies the surroundings because of the very nature of the ceremonial fire. So, without further delay, may I please call upon Professor Sadagopan and Mrs. Sadagopan and Professor Das to come and light the lamp.
शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं.
Thank you all. That was wonderful. Now, may I please request Dr. Geeta Manjunath to grace the dais and ask Armita Shetty to present ma'am with a bouquet. May I have the pleasure of inviting Dr. Sanjeev Deshmukh on the dais and request Rahul Sharma to present sir with a bouquet. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. May I now have the honor of inviting Mr. Vikram Sampath on the dais and request Ayush Singhal to present him with a bouquet. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now, may I please request our own very own director, sir, Professor S. Sadagopan, to grace the dais. Having done his PhD from Purdue University and having over 15 years of cumulative teaching experience in IIT Kanpur and IIM-Bangalore, he has been guiding the institute and nurturing it into a haven of learning and innovation. May I please invite our very own Professor Sadagopan to come and enlighten us with his few words of wisdom.
Good evening. My job is very simple, to welcome the three distinguished guests of honor. And of course, all of them have been very special to me, and of course, they also mean a lot to all of you. And you would have seen, in the institute, we have basically two functions. One is the convocation, other is the foundation day. And convocation being a little serious function, so obviously we have a little straitjacketing about it. Everything has to happen, etc. in a particular way. It's a little serious. So today is a little bit more of a fun, and you will actually see the students even cutting a cake because they declare this as a birthday for the IIIT-B baby. Okay, so all that we do, and we also by choice call people with a much wider spectrum of interest. And so obviously every time we have academics and researchers, we also get sometimes people who are kind of popular leaders, and we also try to get some people who normally you don't kind of meet, and this is particularly important for the students at their formative years. They get a much larger view of life. And so in addition to the academic Professor Deshmukh and the researcher Geeta, we also have the special person Vikram. You will learn more about him. And all that I want to tell you is that some of you asked me and this kind of guidance about the career, and of course this happens on and off in this country, that the youngsters are forced to take engineering, forced to take computer science more by their parents than by their innate desire. And they discover it much later, and they keep asking, sir, you know, the die is cast. Do we have anything else other than thinking of IBM and Infosys and things like that? So I tell them that, look, one day I will actually get somebody who actually has straddled the path exceptionally well. It is just not that you kind of get out of the path and get lost, no, but do something proud to the person and to the country. You will hear more about Vikram. I think that is, in fact, the original plan was to have 3 more people. All 3 would have come, but for whatever happening in the last 10 days in Bangalore. Because one thing I find, the students don't really get to know the 3 special wings of this country: the political, the bureaucratic, and the judiciary. So our plan was to have the former Chief Minister S.M. Krishna, who is very dear to us. He has been wanting to come, so I was trying to get some way to get him. And then the former Chief Secretary S.V. Ranganath, and then my dear friend, former Chief Justice of Kerala High Court and the Justice of Supreme Court, Justice Sri Krishna, who wrote the 6th Pay Commission in addition to many, many things. All 3 could not come because of all that developments. The idea is to every time we try to get about 5-6 people, and Vikram, you will be happy that we had Mithil Devika once, we had Bombay Jayashree once, we had the cricketer Javagal Srinath, we also had the youngster who was one of the 10 whiz kids according to Time magazine. There is a kid by name Chandrasekhar who got his B.tech at 17 and M.tech at 19 from IIT Madras. We had one interesting person, Suhas Gopinath, who at the age of 17 wanted to start a company. The Indian laws do not allow anyone to start a company unless the person is 18. So he did something special. He opened a company sitting in Bangalore in the valley, because US allows people to start a company after 15. Okay, so idea is for the students to get a variety of people, and all that I want to say is special thank you. And for the students, you should get some inspiration from Deshmukh. See, he has come all the way from Gwalior, takes a train, goes to Delhi, stays overnight, takes a morning flight, and to add to all that, he took 3 hours to go from Gwalior to Delhi by train. He took almost the same time from airport to Electronic City, and he's still not cursing me. Okay, so give him a big hand. And he has to take a morning 6 o'clock flight and be back in the institute. And Geeta is very special. She has kind of proven, particularly the girls here, that sometimes, you know, I keep telling many of you that even though you think PhD stands for permanent head damage, I still think there is a lot of merit in doing PhD. Sometime you will discover. And some of you who think that, look, if you've taken up a job, PhD option is closed, it is not. So you have a living proof, Geeta. Thank you, Geeta. And some of you, when you visit international destinations, you find that those countries, you know, with no disrespect, because many of them have a relatively a smaller history, lesser history of 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, 500 years. But they preserve their art so well. You have amazing art museums, which not only have amazing collection, you will have a lady who comes and gives you a running commentary with so much energy and so well kept. And this country with thousands and thousands of years of history, we have so much, but we still don't organize them well. And hopefully that problem would have been addressed by none other than Vikram. Thank you, Vikram. Thanks for coming. And to the guests, all that I would say is that IIIT is a place where we kind of dance as per our students' wishes. They call, we do something, they say go, we go. Okay, so that is how it is. Enjoy the fun. Thank you kids.